Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how are you doing? And it's Friday, which means we are just 24 hours away from taking our shoes off, putting our feet up and enjoying the weekend. Or in my case, working all day Saturday and making What Map videos all day Sunday. So there you go. Now today's map, which is normally on a Friday the request map, which is voted in by my BonBon buddies over on Patreon. Well, we did that yesterday, we doubled up and did the Throwback Thursday Patreon map. So today, we've freed up a map for me to do, an extra map, which is going to be good fun. So why not go ahead and pick, well, probably the most famous of all the map makers, Mr. Miyagi and Arisandi Island small map. Now this was made for Arisandi themselves, so hopefully this is up to their standards. That little 4-tile island map that they were looking for, there's your start square. And as for the resources, yeah, vanilla enough, happy with that as well. Okay, let's head over to the workshop and see whether it is vanilla. Well, pretty much. There's some ultra low tri trees required and the Polynesia 2.0 updated 2018, Mr. Miyagi's own theme. And look at those tropical mountains. Aren't they amazing? Aren't they amazing? We'll have a closer look at that texture in a few minutes. Now, where are all the roads? Well, there is one. It's tucked away right off in the fog, which we will switch off to be able to see. Being an island map, it's, you know, you're relying entirely on shipping. So we've hidden away, or he's hidden away, this little highway connection just to be able to bring in enough traffic. And on basically a 4-tile map, you don't need more than one highway connection. So I'm happy with this. Drops away a little bit rather than going in smooth, but I'm okay with that. Now let's follow these tunnels and see where they go. Yeah, I don't mind it because it's off in the fog. You wouldn't normally see that, so I'll accept it. We follow these tunnels. Where are we going? Or where are we going? We're heading towards the start square. We sure are. Long tunnels, tucked away, secret highway. And somewhere around about, we should, yeah, there we go. Do a little bit of a U-bend. And then we can come up to surface. We come back out of that, and then back out of that. And then we'll come down and have a look at this. And this is much better. This is a nice smooth exit. So that's how I like it. That's all good. And we head down here towards this roundabout thing with 4 exits. And that's where you start. And there's your start square. And that's all there is to say. Now, as there's no rail and no more roads, do you know what? Rather than go to the asset review early, shall we do the shipping? Maybe? Why not? The shipping, right, we've got, there are 4 routes, which is handy because we are going to be relying on shipping a lot for this map. We have one comes down this way. And then there's one goes off from over there and heads off this way around down through here and it'll dead end. Where are we? There, lovely. And then we've got a 3rd one that comes in from the edge of the map over here, which is fine. And you think, oh, you're making a big deal of this. Yeah. I'm building up to it. I'm building up to the 4th one. All right, here comes the 4th one. And this is a rarity for Mr. Miyagi. A rarity. Not that it bleeding matters. I'll tell you why. Right, look, we make landfall, but there's no shipping that's actually going to get that far because there will be docks put down before then, and so yeah, honestly, it really doesn't matter that much. It is an error, but it's not an error that will be in effect in any sort of way or form. So shipping routes are done. Water flow, that's next. There are water spawn points all the way around the main island to keep things moving. So everything's good. And off to Assetville for 2 days. Oh, Nightfall. Look at that. It's I had to. The floodlights are just too good on these. These are the five-a-side soccer pack by Vitas Web. These are really nice. It's a pack. There are 3, as you can see. We've got the grassy one over this side, which is very, very nice. And then we have got this covered one. But better than that, if we just transition across and go through the wires there, look at this. How amazing is that? It's a shame you won't normally be able to see that, but there we are. And then we've got the old red artificial surface type five-a-side pitch there as well, although I'm sure the green one is as well. Interestingly, there's a penalty spot on one of the penalty zones and not on the other. Same with the green pitch as well. I don't know whether that's a deliberate thing or not. Am I missing something with five-a-side pitches? I don't know. But that's a Vitas Web five-a-side soccer pack, and that is really, really very nice indeed. And off to Themington Island for the second to last time. Admittedly, Owl's Bolivia theme map by Owl with Owl Cinematic HDV2 LUT is very dark, and unless there are lights you won't really see much of them. But maybe that's what you're looking for, because realistically, well, away from the city lights at night, it will be dark like this. Right, factoids. We've got time for a couple, I think. Roman epileptics were prescribed a medicine made from fresh gladiator blood. I'm not sure how you know, if we had gladiators today, would we still be doing that? Possibly. Gladiator, are you ready? Stop it, sorry. In the 4 years from 1966 to 1970, Howard Hughes, who was a hypochondriac, absorbed the equivalent of 3,000 codeine tablets. Now I have done the mental arithmetic, and I make that approximately 2 a day. That's quite a lot of codeine. I hope he felt better for it though. Okay, let's head back to Arisandi Island, small map by Mr. Miyagi. It's a nice design. Most of it's unbuildable, which is by design as well. Like all of this crescent around the outside. The mountains there are too much really to build onto. You can do a little bit. Pretty much identical with the trees, but to be honest with you, these are distant. These are literally just going to be for vision, for looking at. We got a little bit of paddling trees. Once again, I don't really think that it matters too much, because you really are not going to be anywhere near this area. The building zones, the build planes are, well, I mean, you've got the 4 square tile we'll look at in a minute, and the beach texture. Look at this. Mr. Miyagi, what have you done for us? Love the way it blends into the grass. It's really nice. And the mountains, now if you have a look at that green texture on the mountain, it's like a mossy kind of texture. Looks great from a distance, but you look at it when we get close up, it's really, really weird. I mean, yes, we're not supposed to look at it close up. I get that, Mr. Miyagi. I get it, but look at this. That's just weird. I mean, genius, because as you pull away, it gets more and more and more realistic, especially for a tropical island map. It's the perfect theme for this. Perfect. Where are we? So yes, we're now heading off. Yeah, talking about the build planes and stuff. There's nothing out here at all. We've just got all these mountainous ridge around the outside, and that's just as a backdrop. Perhaps we should the fog off again. Fog off more often than always, as promised. Out here, you could do some stuff with this, but not an awful lot. It's very lumpy. Lumpy's the word, I think. A little bit, is that flooding there maybe? Looks like it's not supposed to be that. Once again, way out in the fog, wouldn't normally see it, so I can let that go. A few sandbanks on the outside here as well. And then we're getting off towards, yes, our build area, which is this island in the middle. Oh, we're looking at the crescent again. We're going around here again. What was I recording? Okay, well, we're looking at this again. See, there's nowhere to build around here. I've already told you this 6 times. I hope you're listening. I hope you're listening. We're saving the build planes for last by the looks of it. Oh, crikey. Okay, yes, mountains over here, right on the edge. Right, got that? Fine, lovely. I hope we've all understood this now, because I haven't. Then we've got this secondary island, with the central lighthouse out on the sand, and that's fine. It's sunken in nicely, and yeah, this is about 2 tiles in size, this island, just about big enough to extend. It's outside of the 25 as well, so this is a bit of fun out here, I guess. A little bit of strict toaster style islanding out here, I think. And also look at that one right on the edge of the map. Now that looks like a pimple. Yeah, it's weird, because if you come around to the side here, look, it looks flat. But when we go back, it's an optical delusion. That's what that is. I am totally deluded by these optics. Pimple. Brilliant. Yes, where are we? We're heading towards the main island now. This is a nice island, actually, this one. Got the central lighthouse and a little bit of a curvature there. And then, yes, the main island. Finally, we got there, BonBon. Knew we'd get there eventually. 4 tiles approximately in size. 1 big old mountain in the middle. Everything else is buildable. Flat enough with a little bit of a curved, like a spine to the island, which is pretty cool. And obviously the road connection. So there we are. Now, aesthetically, it's a great theme. It's a nice design. I don't think it's going to set any world alight, but it's perfectly fine and lovely. I'll give it 4 stars. Detailing, there's not really too much to grumble about. It doesn't go to the next level, but equally it's way more than acceptable. I think I can give that one 4 stars as well. And as for gameplay potential, well, I think if you want a small island map like this, then this is absolutely, I mean, basically it fits exactly what it was required to do. So we can give that also 4 stars. Am I going to give it the BonBonB seal of approval, is the question? And the answer to that is no, and the reason is it just doesn't light any fires for me. 4, 4 and 4 are more than high scores, so well done for that. Arisandi Island, small map by Mr. Miyagi. Definitely a good scoring map, just doesn't tickle my fancy, I'm afraid. That's all. So no seal of approval, just for that reason. Anyway, thanks for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for Saturday's map, and it's another good one. Oh, so many good maps out at the moment, I just can't keep up with them all. Yeah, can you drop your standards, guys? Can you just be a little bit more rubbish at making maps? It'd make my life much more interesting. Anyway, see you tomorrow. Have an absolutely great day, and yep, stay sober. Oh yeah.